into projects, among them a $1.4 million project to implement the MARC system into their emergency service radios. The county is one of the last in Ohio to update its radio equipment to a MARC system. Commissioners also approved a project to renovate Brookfield's wastewater treatment plant and build a new wash center for Trumbull County vehicles. In sports, the Indians beat Detroit 8-3, both again today, 5:37 on 570 WKBN. The Pirates over the Mets 5-4. They both play again today as well in Pittsburgh. And the Mahoning Valley Scrappers were postponed last night due to rain in Aberdeen. That game will be made up today as part of a doubleheader. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 1:30. Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charley's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charley's.
No two truck jobs are created equal. There are the everyday adventures, then there are big jobs, and then there are the really big heavy-duty jobs. Chevy offers you the choice of 3 different trucks to fit your lifestyle. Silverado, Silverado 1500, and Silverado HD. Designed to take on the everyday, there's the efficiency and capability of the Chevy Colorado. For the big jobs, there's the performance and reliability you've come to expect from Chevy Silverado 1500. Then for those really big, heavy-duty jobs, there's the power and towing confidence of Chevy Silverado HD. Plus, no matter which one you choose, Chevy trucks are from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. So from the everyday adventures to the really big jobs, you can count on Chevy trucks to get the job done for years to come. Visit allstarchevroletdealers.com. Dependability based on longevity. 1987 to July 2017 full-size pickup registrations.
It's the 6th annual Wings and Wheels, Sunday, August 5th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. See up to 1,000 classic, exotic, and vintage cars, trucks, and motorcycles, with the first 700 getting dash plaques. And see over 100 airplanes that'll be flying in all day. There'll be great food vendors, music, and beer. Avoid the lines and get your advance tickets at Andrews Shopping Center in Howland Corners. And zoom right into the 6th annual Wings and Wheels, Sunday, August 5th from 8 to 5 at the Sluice Airfield next to the Ernie Hall Aviation Museum on North River Road in Howland.
Hey friends, as a marketer, you want to reach everyone, right? Adults, teens, millennials? But it's not like all these groups hang out in the same place. Actually wrong. They're all right here listening to radio commercials just like this one. Radio ads connect with 93% of Americans every week. Now that's more than Google, more than Facebook, more than TV. In fact, we reach 20% more millennials than TV. Want more of the people you want to talk to? Hey, they're all in one place. Right here. Get AM/FM working for you. Go to iHeartMedia.com. Take the short drive to Geneva-on-the-Lake and enjoy Old Firehouse Winery.
Need a furnace and AC checkup? Call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Partly sunny skies to start the weekend with a small risk for an isolated sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the mid-70s this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies expected overnight with temperatures dropping back into the mid-50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
It's 75 degrees.
All right, welcome everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we do this on Saturdays where we talk about things that are happening in the technology world, give you this platform to speak up and ask questions, contribute in any way that you need to. We leave the sort of the range of topics open. We have everybody in our listening audience from the very beginner all the way through to the seasoned veteran, and everybody finds their way to be able to contribute and participate. You can either call in 330-729-9977. You can text me 333-1570, and I will take those text messages and read them aloud on the air if you'd like me to. And it's a cool way to be able to get input into this format. In case you can't, not everybody can call at all times, so it's a good way to be able to get your voice heard or at least your idea communicated on the air. Again, that number 333-1570. And throughout the program, I will make sure that I read those. Also, right off the get-go here, I'm doing the YoungstownReport.com. It's a website basically where I take all the news articles and events that are happening around town, publish the website so that all of you as the listeners out there and the people that are we want to spend our money in Youngstown. We want to support our town. We want to support the venues. This is a good way to kind of keep our eye on what's going on. Centralized source, where I go to all networks, like all news outlets. I do paper, I do magazine, I do radio, I do TV. And when I find something that's of interest, that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. We post it up there. And then every morning, you guys can go over there, fire it up, see what's going on since the previous day, and go on. So what I'd like to do, I want to add a feature this coming week that I want to tell the story of some of the people that live here and share some spotlight using this page to sort of like let you get to know some of the people, the superheroes of your town. And, you got people that are philanthropists, and you've got people who are altruistic, and we're doing all these good things. And I want you to know sort of your leaders in different industries so that you get to kind of know these people by name. A lot of people kind of like the fact that they're below the radar and they can just go and do their thing. But I think, a lot of you don't even know these people or who they are and that they're doing these great things. So I want to highlight not only the events and not only the news articles, but I want to look at the people. And there's some that you do know. There's some are synonymous with Youngstown, and you get to know them just by being around here. But some of these lesser known people of our area. So if you'd like to text me some, I'm going to call them nominations. They're not winning an award. They're just being featured. So if you just want to give me some suggestions on people who you'd like to see, who you think have a story good enough to tell for the rest of us. And what's cool about that is when we buy into our area and then we buy into people of our area, it makes it a different thing because, the way that the internet has sort of like fractured us and created these divisions between how people feel, when it gets down to the humanity behind what it is that we do, we're all the same. Okay. And once we talk about the people and what they do, I'm not telling you if they're a Democrat or Republican. I'm not telling you if they're what social strata they're in. I'm not telling you any of that stuff. I'm telling you about their story, what they're working on, what they believe in, what they have hope for. And then you too, no matter what they feel, you can also buy into their stories as well. And it gives a lot of us that think we're sort of on our own little island, we're the only people that feel this way. It feels good to know that there are a lot of people that are making sacrifices and they don't need other people to acknowledge their sacrifices to know that how important they are. And then I just want to make sure that we as a community that we thank these people for doing what it is that we do, even though they don't want it. And I'm sure if they wanted you to know their name, there's ways to get you to know that they're doing this stuff. But I want us to notice it. I want us to be looking around, looking for, give these people a little bit of fuel so they keep doing more of what they're doing. And I think that's, if you can help me out by just making some recommendations of people that might not be in my circles, maybe I've not heard of, text me at 330-333-1570, and then I will look into them a little bit more. We'll have our people look into them, tell their story, where they work, what they do, and maybe do some interviews with those people. So make sure you text me over at 330-333-1570. Let me go to Irvin first. Irvin, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
It's me again, Joe.
Hello.
Hey, listen, real quick. I got the computer over there to the shop. My
Awesome.
daughter took it over there, and I will say this. I have a friend who always used to say, your word is your bond. I'll tell you, you guys are wonderful, really wonderful. The computer, they took the Vista out and put Windows 7 in.
Okay.
And it works like a top. I tell you, I am so pleased, and it wasn't a budget destroyer either. So I'm going to get off here because my ride is waiting on, and my daughter listened to something else on the radio. But I wanted to say this. I will be coming to the shop again and again, I promise you with my heart.
Well,
And,
Irvin, thank you
spend
so
more
much.
money.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right,
Okay,
have a good
bye-bye.
weekend. Thank you. And that's cool. I mean, we have these generations of customers that, we extend loyalty to everyone, and those people feel the need to reciprocate that loyalty back, and that's the reason that we do this in a transactional economy where it's just you go spend money and you buy a thing and it's not a personal connection. That's for that is for I don't know. It's not a world I want to live in. So for one, I was in Girard. This was a number of years ago. And it's when I first started out. I didn't have 2 dimes to rub together. And I was in Girard's grocery store. And when I was pulling out, a buggy went right down the side of my truck. Right, there was a buggy there. I didn't see it, and it rubbed right down. And I got this big scratch in the back in the side of my car. And so I went down the road, and there was a auto body shop. I think it was Steve's Auto Body at the time. But anyway, I pulled in and I was like, hey, I really don't have a lot of money, and I got this scratch. What the heck could I do without having the whole thing repainted? And he looked at it for 2 seconds, and he went in the shop and he grabbed a rag and some stuff, and he put the stuff on it and rubbed the rag. And that, I'm telling you, the scratch rubbed right out. Now, this dude could have totally said, hey, we'll quote it out, and he could have done that way after I left. I felt such an obligation to do something. I didn't have money to give him, but I wanted to do something to make that right, so that I paid it forward to him, so that I wanted to show him that he just, I knew he didn't have to do that. He was being a nice guy, and he helped me out of my quandary. So this whole community, when you're trying to get a community pulled out of that transactional thing, and you make it about people again, and you buy into the stories, and you support other people, you don't expect other people to be perfect, and they don't expect you to be perfect, but we're all kind of trying to help each other out. I mean, this is that utopia paint job that all of us sort of pursue and chase down, and we have the chance to do it. We're in that position to do it. I mean, you think of bigger markets that have already developed, and I mean, you couldn't make a ripple if you threw something in there to make a big enough difference for anybody to pay attention to you. We have that chance. I mean, we can make big ripples if there are enough people like this who think that a world like that is better than the one that will naturally occur without someone putting in some an order for it to be a certain way. So anyway, there's my little, there's my little, I don't even know what to call it, a little rant, I guess, about what we're doing here. But if you guys don't know, I mean, we're real big into helping shape whatever the community becomes next, and we're organizing downtown, and we're getting really involved. Anyway, 330-729-9977. I want to tell you a little bit about wireless internet. This question came up a couple times this week, so I wanted to share it with you. All of us around our houses and our businesses, we all have sort of, we have wireless. And so think of, what wireless is a connection just like your wired connections, where they both lead to your network, and then you give people the ability from their devices, their phones, their tablets, and so on, to be able to share network resources from those devices. Now, there's some engineering flaws that are going on with some of the installation of these. In fact, not on purpose, I created a little engineering flaw in the back part of my house. So I have two access points, one that's in my garage area and one that's sort of like out on my patio area. Now, both of them are one's a G and one's an N. One is dedicated for video. I want, if I'm doing all of this, cut the cable thing, I've got to be able to stream over wirelessly, and it's got to be fast enough to hold a good picture, so it's worth doing. Well, the G is just one that if I'm in the backyard and I'm, it's not anything anything special. So I have a lower quality, higher broadcast one for the backyard and the patio, and I have one in the garage that covers it's close enough to all of the television sets so that it pulls down a good picture. Well, what I noticed is when I would be on my iPhone in certain places that I would get like either no connection or slow connection, I'd have to actually disconnect the adapter and reconnect it, and then I'd have connection again. I was trying to figure out like what could possibly be happening. Now, when you have a device like an iPhone that has a radio in it that's G and N and AC, I mean, the different types of wireless that it can connect to means that it gets to make decisions to hop over to another access point if it's stronger and has a better connection. So I had these two access points that were different, that because when you have both of them that were the same, what would happen was that you'd go to end, it would just take the stronger signal, and then you'd have a better connection. But being that they were different, they were both calling the attention of my phone. It was that weird space where it had a stronger connection but weaker bandwidth versus weaker bandwidth, stronger signal, or vice versa. And so what I had to do was I had to remove the second device, like totally rename. So I took an SSID and said, okay, video wireless versus general wireless. And I bound the video wireless to the end devices and general to the regular devices. And that way my phone will not try to switch to the same SSID on multiple devices. So I wanted to explain that because with mesh wireless, it works like cell phones. You don't have to switch cell phone tower when you drive around town. The tower sees that you're coming and does hands off. As you go along, you don't drop calls. You get these seamless hands off where you could travel 6 states, be on the same phone conversation, and keep just going to the next phone tower and going to the next phone tower. Well, the wireless mesh works the same way, except for decisions have to be made not necessarily based on just your proximity to the signal, but also the strength or the bandwidth that's. So if you have one device that has 12 users connected to it and one device that has one user, well, something has to make a decision to put you on the one that has lots of people and one that has lesser people, even if the one has a different signal strength. So that's what I'm saying. Like the logic behind some of this is in being engineered. We had a car dealership, same thing, where they had a really strong one up front and a really strong one in access point in back, and there was a certain spot in there that it was exactly equal. There was a desk that was like right on the border, and what would happen was some devices would get confused and try to bounce back and forth. So you wouldn't necessarily get disconnected, but if you were watching a stream, you can feel when the device tried to decide whether or not the one that was behind you was stronger than the one that was in front of you, and you would just get enough hesitation, like, hey, my internet's terrible right here. What's going on with it? So anyway, that's the sort of when you want. Separating these devices out a little bit will make it an easier decision for your devices to know which one's stronger. Make it a little bit so instead of so saturated with so much good signal in a centralized place, try to spread these things out a little bit so that there's a metric that your phone and your devices can pick up on and decide which one's closer. So 330-729-9977. Let's see. Yeah, let's go start this call. Joe, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Yes, good afternoon. I've been unable to find out about this, but I'm sure you can help me. I just got a Galaxy, a Samsung Tab E with the Android system, and I was wondering, do they make any kind of external device to get the wireless better signal? The reason I'm asking, I'm a long-distance trucker, and I was lugging around an old Dell computer with a Wi-Fi antenna, and it worked great, but the computer was slow, and I got sick of lugging the laptop, so my wife just got me this through our Verizon plan, but if I'm out in the truck, I can't really pick up the Wi-Fi that good. I'd have to go inside the truck stop. Is there anything that can? Do they make anything for Galaxy for the Android devices that can get the wireless signal a little stronger if you're farther from the source?
So basically, an external antenna that gives you better data, like better cellular reception.
Yes, exactly, sir. Yes.
Okay, there's a ton of them out there, and some of them are kind of shady. What's the model of your phone again?
It's a tablet. It's a Samsung Galaxy Tab E, and it says it's Android system.
Okay. All right. During the break here, I'm going to look up and see if I can get some antenna recommendations here that are well reviewed. There's a ton of them out there, and I can't necessarily speak for any of them over another one. So let me just look it up real quick and see if there's any of them reviewed high enough for you to take a look at. All right. We're going to take a break. Number 330-729-9977. We'll take your calls when we get back. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN.
Stifel is a full-service firm offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. Stifel has 5 offices in the Valley with experienced advisors assisting you. For more information, visit stifel.com or call 330-744-4351. Stifel Nicholas & Company, Incorporated.
The Scrappers return to Eastwood Field for a 3-game homestand July 30th through August 1st against the Williamsport Crosscutters. Highlighting the homestand is Military Appreciation Night, Adoption Awareness Night, Every Monday Matters, and Peanut Free Night. For more information, call 330-505-0000, friend us on Facebook, or visit us at mvscrappers.com. The 2018 season is presented by the Eastwood Mall Complex. Scrappers Baseball. Baseball with bite.
Hi, folks. When you see 570 WKBN broadcasting live around the valley, stop by and spin the Pizza Hut prize wheel. All day, every day, large pizza, $7.99 with 2 toppings. No one out-delivers the Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's the 33rd Annual Greater Youngstown Italian Festival, Friday, August 3rd through Sunday the 5th in downtown Youngstown. Over 4 city blocks of entertainment with over 40 Italian restaurants and food vendors and over 24 retail craft vendors. Join us for the opening ceremonies on Friday, pasta eating contest on Saturday, and the homemade wine contest on Sunday. Children's activities provided by Oh Wow Children's Center. Join us for Sunday Mass with a procession and a grand raffle. The 33rd Annual Greater Youngstown Italian Festival, August 3rd through the 5th in downtown Youngstown.
Welcome back. We are with Matt Taylor from Hermitage Toyota.
Hey everybody, I've got great news.
What do you got for us, Matt?
We're rolling out the Taylor Toyota of Hermitage trade-in and trade-up sales event. Everyone that brings in their trade, no matter what it is, push, pull, or drag it in and get up to 130% KBB value.
Wow. Did you guys hear what he just said?
You have to come try out our Toyotas. Even if you don't have a trade, we have great deals on all our Toyotas. Lease a 2018 Tundra SR5 4x4 Crew Max for $246 a month, or a 2018 4Runner 4x4 SR5 V6 just $299 a month.
Everybody got all that? Yeah, we set up to 130% KBB value on any trade. 2018 Tundra lease for $246 a month, 2018 4Runner for $299. The Taylor Toyota of Hermitage trade-in and trade-up sales event. To pay more is insane. Tundra 24-month lease, $1,000 down. SR5 36 months, $2,000 down. Offers was first payment tax title, $116 doc fee. No security with approved credit based on fair condition up to $3,000. Cannot be combined with any other offer. See dealer for details. Ends 7/31/18.
Attention all Finn customers. Finn Feather Fur Outfitters is offering cash for clunkers trade-ins on trail cameras and bows during customer appreciation days now through July 29th. Bring in any old trail camera and get up to $40 off your choice of any brand new in-stock trail camera while supplies last. Or bring in any old bow and get up to $150 off your choice of any brand new in-stock bow while supplies last. No layaways and exclude sale on red tag cameras and bows. Hurry while supplies last to the Finn and Ashland, Middleburg Heights, Canton, Boardman, and Milan.
Mr. Flynn, Mr. Joe Flynn, come quickly.
What is it, Flinny?
There's a huge crowd at Flynn's Tire.
Relax, Flinny. It's just smart shoppers lined up for Flynn's biggest sale of the year.
Oh, Mr. Flynn, and what makes this sale so special?
Once a year, Flynn slashes prices on nearly every tire in stock.
Gadzooks, by the size of the crowd, you must be giving tires away.
We are, Flinny. We have buy 3, get 1 free deals on select Yokohama and Vanderbilt tires.
Be sure to get your tires during the 10 sale at Flynn's and tell them Flinny sent you.
Here's some great MVSN offers.
You deserve the very best. You deserve the Stadium Cadillac experience. You'll love the wide selection at Stadium Cadillac, and you'll appreciate the unparalleled customer service and the great selection of certified pre-owned Cadillacs. Discover your Stadium Cadillac experience.
Don't miss Johnny K's Power Sports Boxing, Beers, and Bikes Saturday, July 28th. Doors open at 6, first fight at 7. 15 amateur bouts and honoring Niles' own Rusty Rosenberger. Boxing, Beers, and Bikes at Johnny K's Power Sports, Route 422 Niles.
It's the 50% off truckload sale at DJV Carpet. Porcelain tile was $3.99, now just $1.99 a square foot. Rolls of Shaw carpeting are now 50% off while supplies last at DJV Carpet on Victoria Road in Austintown. Wholesale pricing every day.
Bernard Daniels Lumber in Canfield. We're so much more than a lumber store.
Bernard Daniels Lumber in Canfield is a complete drive-through lumberyard, and we've been serving the valley for over 100 years.
So come see why we're the best deal in town.
Hey, if you ever find yourself wincing at the weak taste of coffee from one of those left-leaning corporate brands, well, you probably wish they spent less time on their politics and more time on their coffee. And that's why you need to choose the Black Rifle Coffee Company. Now, it's founded by former Special Op vets, and Black Rifle Coffee delivers the single best roast-to-order coffee right to your door. Black Rifle Coffee Company has a coffee club. You don't wait in line. There's no running out. Just great coffee shipped right to your house each and every month. And when you join the Black Rifle Coffee Club, well, you'll receive discounts and offers that are not available to other customers. Now, by choosing Black Rifle, you're supporting a company that gives back. They hire veterans and first responders, and they serve coffee and a culture for those of us that truly love this country and what it's all about. So just go to blackriflecoffee.com/Sean. You get a 15% discount. blackriflecoffee.com/Sean, the best coffee you've ever had.
Now 74.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. We talk about things that are happening in tech, stuff about our area, business, entrepreneurship, the whole thing. Just a show jam-packed with lots of cool, interesting stuff. I mean, we're all tinkerers at heart, so this is a place of refuge where we can bring back the things we're interested in getting involved in. We're experimenters at heart. I mean, the human race is just that we have these imaginations that you cannot quell, and we're on this endless search for getting into new territory no matter what. We are the conquerors. And so through technology makes it really easy to be a good experimenter where you can get into new, dabble into new environments and expand what it is that where your interests take you. And so before the break there, we had Joe call in, and he has a tablet, and he's having some wireless issues. And he was interested to see if there's anything from an external source that if you, in his case, he was in a truck, and it's a little too far to get wireless connection. So he's wondering if there was external antenna to increase that range. And I started looking at these things, and they really don't want you to do this easily. I mean, there's a lot of external antennas that you can, attach to a tablet once you have it torn down, where the antennas interface and where they're soldered down. But I'm kind of looking at just things that make it easier, extend the range using more traditional, and there really isn't. I was expecting it to be a little bit more of a bigger market. It really isn't. So there's a couple of passive antennas that you. I got taken. I mean, I hated these things. It made me feel so bad. This was probably in 2001. And there was a commercial that was on TV, and it was like, hey, you can increase the cellular signal in elevators. All you got to do is buy this sticker and put it underneath your battery, and it'll give you better reception. And I was like, okay, well, a $20 sticker, that sounds amazing. But if it does what it says it can do, that's pretty cool. So you get it, and it looks like these little metallic circuits. It looks like circuitry when you pull the sticker, and I took the battery off. And this is my big old Motorola with big LED numbers on it, and I took my gargantuan battery off the back, snapped it off, just put this sucker right on the back, put the battery back on top of it, and there was not even close to being a difference between pre-sticker and post-sticker. And that $20 sticker just makes me feel bad, even to this day, knowing that I gave someone $20 for a freaking sticker that cost probably less than a penny to produce. Anyway, 330-729-9977. You can get on the lines. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
With the elimination of 2 shifts and close to 3,000 jobs at General Motors in Lordstown, lawmakers are pressing GM Chair Mary Barra not to abandon the facility. 4 other GM plants around the country are facing the same problems. 27 First News reports Senator Sherrod Brown says if they don't plan to keep making the crews, they need to reinvest and retool in a small SUV. Congressman Tim Ryan has been asking the Trump administration to get involved. Former union president Jim Graham says a new campaign would help motivate the current workforce. Investigators say 1 person was killed, 2 others were injured after a car ran a stop sign, crashing into an SUV carrying 6 people in Knox Township. The State Highway Patrol says a Chevy Trailblazer traveling east on Georgetown Road hit a BMW driven by 39-year-old Justin Stalniker of Ravenna, who ran the stop sign. 71-year-old Marlene Santini of Salem was pronounced dead at the scene. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 2.
When it comes to construction, seek out the pros at Whitmer's Construction. Locally owned and operated, offering design-to-build services, start-to-finish project management, shell erect or turnkey new construction or commercial renovation. Regardless of the type of service, Whitmer's Construction provides. Rest assured that our highly trained staff will meet your expectations. Visit Whitmer's online at whitmersconstruction.com or 330-427-2611. Whitmer's Construction. Reliable resources and results.
Find huge savings now through Sunday during Menards Crazy Day Sale. Save $14 per gallon after sale price and rebate on Grand Distinction interior and exterior paint. Classic 3-tab shingles from Owens Corning are $9.98 per bundle after rebate. Get a 20-volt Black & Decker drill for only $19.99. Crestone retaining wall blocks are 69 cents each after rebate. These deals are so crazy, they're available in-store only while supplies last. So hurry in to save big during Menards Crazy Day Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Marvel Universe Live, an action-packed live arena show. Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Hulk, and more unite for an all-new legendary battle. Take an epic journey with non-stop action. Don't miss a single explosive moment. Marvel Universe Live. Tickets start at $15. Restrictions and additional charges may apply. See it live at Cavelli Center October 12th through 14th.
Breaking news. President Trump meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss trade. Listen in live.
This trade plan is so great. You're not going to believe this trade.
What do you mean, like a trade of information?
I'm talking dollar bills, greenbacks. When you bring your trade to Taylor Chevrolet of Hermitage, you get up to 130% KBB value for it, okay? That's a lot of value. Trust me, I know value, and that's a lot of it.
What does this mean for trade relations?
It means we're giving you incredible deals. During the Trade In and Trade Up sales event, Taylor Chevy has leases as low as $112 a month.
I like this deal.
At Taylor Chevrolet of Hermitage, get up to 130% KBB value for your trade and leases as low as $112 a month.
And to pay any more is insane, folks.
24-month lease, $2,500 down plus first payment, tax, title, license, and doc. No security with approved credit. 10K miles per year. Must have GM lease in household and finance through GMF. Auto buyers will qualify based on fair condition report up to $3,000. See dealer for details. Offers cannot be combined. Expires 7/31/18.
Looking for an awesome job with great pay and benefits? Then listen up. The Keystone Blind Association is currently hiring for clerk folder team members for a federal mail contract in 2 locations in Pennsylvania, Hermitage and Boyers. Positions are full-time with excellent pay and benefits. All candidates must be legally blind and U.S. citizens. Relocation and transportation assistance is available to those in need. To learn more about this position, visit KeystoneBlind.org. That's KeystoneBlind.org, keyword employment. The Keystone Blind Association is an equal opportunity employer.
Quiet, comfort, and affordability. The most important things when choosing a place to live. Westchester Square Apartments offers something to fit every need and budget. 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, and studio apartments. They rent apartments, but they sell convenience. You can find luxury living at Westchester Executive Apartments, 1,200 square feet of upscale living with carports, or independent senior living at Westchester Commons, strategically located in the center of Austintown, right next to Route 11. For the perfect apartment, call 330-799-5758. Come and be a good neighbor in a community of good neighbors. Westchester Square Apartments, Austintown. For more information, go to waldenmanagement.com.
Hey people, are you paying attention? Are you looking for a truck to use like a truck? Then why would you spend big money on a new one and beat the out of it? This is Joe Fire from Fireball Motors. Be smarter and spend less money on a better truck. We specialize in non-rusty West Coast trucks from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s that are under 10 grand. We are located on Route 422, just an 1/8 mile from the PA border, or online at fireballtrucks.com. And remember, Fireball means 4-wheel drive.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-573-9552. That's 800-573-9552. 800-573-9552. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charley's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charley's. Cool your home this summer. Call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Partly sunny skies to start the weekend with a small risk for an isolated sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the mid-70s this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies expected overnight with temperatures dropping back into the mid-50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
It's 75 degrees.
570 WKBN.com. Driven by Donnell Ford. Boardman and DonnellFord.com. The only place where you can discover the Donnell difference.
Discover the Donnell difference.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show, your place to talk about things that are happening in tech. Also, we share sort of like the information that you wish you had. We openly discuss all of this stuff. So no matter what stage you are at your development, you can sort of listen to the words that we use. I don't try to talk over anybody's head. Try to use common language so that once you connect with an idea, that you can stay with it, do your own research, and get exposure to something that you might not have had. Our goal is to create more people that are using this technology, but doing it in a productive way where we don't expose those same people to security risks where before they were safe, but not able to use, and now they are able to use, and we're going to still keep you safe. So instructing and telling the stories that we do in hopes of allowing you to, getting into territories, because it really is exciting. We didn't all become tinkerers because this stuff's boring. It allows us, it increases the stuff that we can use for entertainment. Everything, video, audio, games, all that kind of stuff. I mean, these are great, methods for getting your favorite media. Also connectivity, and if you ever watched an elderly person look at FaceTime for the first time, and where they were limited by the voice, talking to somebody who's across the country over the voice, and then show them that you can do video, they're amazed as if it were magic, wizardry going on in that little box. Because it's a game changer. And I know that I can do FaceTime, just without every phone call, and it's not appropriate on every phone call to do FaceTime, but that's just amazing to me that we have these magical devices that can do anything, right, almost instantaneously. I can send a friend of mine in Nevada, I can send him a picture, and he receives it within 1 second, right? And so you can think, if I had a capability of doing that, let's just say we didn't have that ability, and like tomorrow was the day that I'm going to announce we have that ability. Think of all the amazing, productive things that I could use for that technology, right? And, now we're using that technology to transport cat pictures, right? But anyway, this is the evolution that we get to see happen, in fast, slow motion right in front of our eyes. And it's just an amazing industry to be connected to. All right, phone number 330-729-9977. Let's go to Ron next. Ron, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hello, Joe. We love the show.
Thank you.
Is there somewhere I can go to hear podcasts of your show and back issues of your show for times when I'm not available on a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, if you go to 570 WKBN and you go to the podcast section, you can find Youngstown Computer Show and just search by date. Just go back to any of the Youngstown Computer Shows. We take the video version of it and we put it over on YouTube, and we also put a version over on Facebook Live. So you can find us in one of those three spots.
Now, how would I do it on YouTube?
If you go to YouTube, just look for Youngstown Computer Show, and it's published under Youngstown Computer LLC, which is our company name, and every video is up there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. And my goal with this broadcast, even from the beginning, was it would be amazing if we can do a show that touches people. It does what we do here, but other. This show's geared for a really specific audience, people who are sort of that low to intermediate, that phase, because it really enables people. And I thought that's an amazing gift that we can take to other markets. So we started doing last year. We did pretty religious video feeds. Now, remember, when I do the show, I set up a whole camera setup and audio setup before every program here to make sure that the audio that you hear over here is available in like 20 other sources. And so no matter where you're at, we can get exposure to the content on this show no matter where you are. And like he was asking, you can go and just, if you have the iTunes library, you can subscribe to the Youngstown Computer Show's actual podcast. You can do it through 570 or iHeartRadio's website. You can do it on YouTube and Facebook. The information is out there. And for all of us road warriors, I am addicted to podcasts. And so when I find a new author or topic that I'm interested in delving in, I don't listen to them for very long. So maybe I'll give you 2 or 3 months to a podcast, and then there's so many other ones that are great. I need to move on and keep cycling different ones. But I always return back to the ones that are good, and then there's all new content. It's almost like the Netflix series where, you watch all the way through it on a Saturday, you watch 27 back-to-back episodes, and then you're out of new content, so you go watch another show. But then the next time you come back, you see there's another 27 episodes waiting for you. That's the cycle that I'm on. So, if I get too deep into it and I watched all the current stuff, I either have to decide, look at the stuff from the very beginning, which I like. I like stuff that was released yesterday or last week. Going back a year, I'm not real interested in listening to that stuff. So it gives them a chance to create more content so that there's new stuff to listen to. And downtown, the Youngstown studio office, that's the office we opened in June. All of this original content, I know a lot of you in this audience are really intelligent and specialized at your craft. And what I really hope happens throughout the rest of this summer and into fall, a couple of you kind of step up and say, hey, I'm a really good X, and I'd like to go and record myself and podcast myself and tell what it is that I do, and I will connect with the people who are interested in this. So picture it this way. When I went and installed a mailbox, right, I went to YouTube and I found someone who put together a 10-minute video about installing a mailbox, right? So I was one of those audiences where I just went out and searched it. I didn't subscribe to this dude's handyman channel. I just went out there and looked for one thing. So all he had to do was keyword his video, basic mailbox installation, and he captured me. I wandered into his web. And so if you've got a specialty, okay, not only can you get the good information out there, because that's the goal. You give it the more you give away, the more comes back to you. It's just the law of attraction. You give it away and see how fast it comes back to you. So you take the good information and you give it without strings. Okay, then people trust in the information that you have. You show people that you're smart and you know what you're doing, and then they want to deal with you as opposed to someone that you just see on a commercial. See, regular marketing is just people telling you what they sell. Right? They want you to buy something and they tell you what they're selling, and you make a product, a transactional sort of decision. When you give your information away, you are assisting someone to do something, and you're doing it publicly where you can help lots of people in that assistance. So you get known as the person who can do stuff in that environment. So I hope a lot of you in different industries will get in contact with me and say, I want to do a regular segment on what's in my wheelhouse, and I want to teach. And a lot of you are saying, well, I don't know all that much. You'd be surprised. The stuff in your head, if you and I could sit down in an Arby's and just go back and forth about, I will be so interested in the stuff that I don't care. I mean, I don't care about the computer side. You tell me about your side, whatever that you're interested in. And everybody has that story. I had one guy telling me about this plumbing project. He invented something with plumbing, and I bet you we spent 2 hours sitting talking about his invention or his idea with plumbing, and he sprang to life. You could see it in his eyes that this was his passion. And so just think if you gave someone a stage to be able to go out there and just tell all about it with the world. Now, it might not be something that everybody likes, but there are people out there that are dying for the information that's in your head. So if I give you a platform, make it reasonable where, that you can do it regularly enough to put together an audience. I mean, I bet you there's a lot of people that would buy that information from your head. You just have to start doing it and come up to me. Don't think that you're being, you got to be humble all the time. I want you to just recognize that you're pretty good at that, and you want to get online and tell your story. So, Youngstown Studio, if you want to put together some broadcast stuff, be sure to get in contact with me. Let's go to Steve next. Steve, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hi, Joe. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm in need of a new computer, and I was thinking about maybe going with the all-in-one computer versus the tower, the regular desktop. Is there any big disadvantages to that, or?
Well, okay. So when the all-in-ones first came out, think of it as a laptop that's just a bigger style, bigger form factor. And so you give up the same kind of stuff you would with a laptop, where you have laptop components which are meant for mobilities, so they're small. They don't do a great job at dispensing heat. So you have these things where they're so inexpensive. I mean, I can get an all-in-one with a monitor and everything for about $400. And the consequence is, number one, you've got a form factor that's incredibly hard to work on if something were to happen. The disassembly is awful on these things. If you have a component like the monitor goes out, you're kind of scrapping the whole thing, because your regular monitor on a desktop would be in front of you, and you just have to replace the tower. And then the components are pretty cheap. They're not, performers. Now, there's some exceptions. There's an Asus model that I'd buy tomorrow. I think it was like $1,200, and they didn't skimp on the type of components that they put on there. So if you're on the high side of the all-in-ones, I don't mind them so much. In fact, I bought one for my wife a couple years ago, and it's been great for her ever since. Did you have one in mind?
Well, I was looking at HP. It has a Ryzen 5-core processor. I never heard of Ryzen, or that's the way you pronounce that. Is that something new, or is that just outdated?
It's probably a brand name. How's it spelled?
RYZN.
Oh, Ryzen. Okay, gotcha. No, that's AMD's top of the line card.
Oh, okay.
So that's good. What's the number that comes after Ryzen? Is it a 5?
5 processor.
5. Okay. All right. It's not their best of the best. I think it's comparable to the i5s that you'd see in the Intel's version, just made by a different company.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
If I went with that, or if I went with the tower, you guys can transfer my stuff to the new one. Correct?
For sure. Yeah. Are you coming from a Windows 10 to a Windows 10, or is it Windows 7?
No, actually, it's a Vista.
Okay. Yeah, data's good. Probably have to reinstall all of the programs. Not much you can do to transfer the programs, but data's pretty easy. You can, as long as the drive's in good shape.
Okay. Now, would it be a lot difficult because it's a new system for? Okay, I'm an older person.
Sure.
And I'm a little bit challenged with this technology. Would it be real difficult or just somewhat?
Difficult as in the transition for you to learn the new thing?
Correct.
That's a big jump between Vista and 10. So I would probably, your best case is when you do the transfer, rent some extra time and have our guys give you the crash course, do like a 30-minute crash course session to teach you how to get into the control panel and the internet and the big difference is that'll pay big dividends if you can get somebody to kind of show you for a couple minutes. Use this opportunity that you're going to have to deal with us anyway to rent some brain power, and we'll be sure to share with you.
Okay, but I don't have a whole lot of stuff on my system. But you guys will be able to transfer it all, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And one of our strong suits, and I from the very beginning, I started teaching classes right from the onset. Before I had my kid, every Wednesday was Train with Joe Day. And I had a lot of fun because I had this following of people who would take just about every class that I would put out there, and we'd get fun with it, where since it was the same people that would show up, they got to pick the topic for the following Wednesday. So I never really had to put out a course title. It was just whatever they felt like learning that day. And I'm such an on-the-fly kind of guy that they probably could have set the topic at the beginning of they could have just blurted anything out, and I could have changed gears in 2 seconds and just taught whatever they wanted to know. And the same goes with our guys. We see the same questions all the time. So you're not a unique deal. When you come through the door, you might think you're off-putting because you're new and whatever, but we get asked the same stuff regularly. You got data that's on one thing, you need it to be on another. You got a hard drive that's too small and you want it to be big. You got a computer that's slow and you don't want it to be anymore. It's the same gig. So don't ever feel like you're asking too much if you want to rent some extra time to get a little bit more thorough, because you'll get, so you hear about me and I give you as much of this stuff as I can in this time slot. Then you do business with us and you get the problem fixed. While you're with one of our people, say, hey, here's one of my big vulnerabilities. Could you give me a half hour at a time? And then we'll cut that right into the deal. We'll sell you a half hour at a time, and you can get training all in one deal. So maybe you can't commit to a 2-hour training course, but you can commit to a half hour that you got to spend in our office anyway. So good times. 330-259-7278, Youngstown computer number. Make sure you make requests for that extra time if you need something. All right, ready to take a break? You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Message and data rates may apply.
Earning your degree from one of the top business schools in the country might sound impossible to fit into your workload. But what if there were a business degree that furthered your career and gave you access to world-renowned faculty, leaders, and mentors, all on your schedule? One that opened doors to some of the most influential CEOs, tech companies, law firms, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. And what if you could earn that degree in as little as 16 months, 100% online? To find out more, text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645. Start your online MBA, Information Management, or Business Analytics Master's Program from the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University today. Learn more about the W.P. Carey Business Graduate Programs online. Text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645.
Man, it is so hot out. Crank your air conditioner.
I would, but you're not going to believe this. It's broken.
Don't sweat it. Take your car to Boardman Nissan on Market Street. They have the best service team in the area.
At Boardman Nissan, they service all makes and models, and don't forget they do it fast. Head down to Boardman Nissan today and enjoy a top-notch dealership experience. They go above and beyond to serve your needs. Boardman Nissan makes it easy. Whether you need your AC repaired or recharged, we've got you covered. Boardman Nissan, 7809 Market Street in Boardman. Get there today and beat the heat.
Stifel is a full-service firm offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. Stifel has 5 offices in the Valley with experienced advisors assisting you. For more information, visit stifel.com or call 330-744-4351. Stifel Nicholas & Company, Incorporated.
Zoom in on Finfeather for Outfitters' great optic trade-in promotion going on now through July 29th. Bring in any old optic and get up to $250 off your choice of any brand new scope, binocular, red dot, laser rangefinder, or spotting scope in stock. You do not have to choose identical trade-in items, so hurry in to trade your old items for something brand new while supplies last. In-stock items only. No special orders. Upgrade your optics at the Fin in Ashland, Middleburg Heights, Canton, Boardman, and Milan.
The Scrappers return to Eastwood Field for a 3-game homestand July 30th through August 1st against the Williamsport Crosscutters. Highlighting the homestand is Military Appreciation Night, Adoption Awareness Night, Every Monday Matters, and Peanut Free Night. For more information, call 330-505-0000, friend us on Facebook, or visit us at mvscrappers.com. The 2018 season is presented by the Eastwood Mall Complex. Scrappers Baseball. Baseball with bite.
BY Pools and Spas is proud to announce that they're the exclusive Viking pool dealer in the area. Viking Pools are the premier in-ground fiberglass pool company, offering the highest quality multi-layered construction and non-porous surface. For Viking Pools, hot tubs, and pool supplies, visit BY Pools and Spas, 224 at Struthers Road in Poland. Check them out at bypoolsandspas.com.
We're the one for family fun.
Hi, this is Dan Rivers. We're back with another year of Tribe Replay, brought to you by Stadium GM Superstore in Salem. Win a 5 Points car wash, an oil change from Stadium, a Pizza Hut pizza, and a monthly grand prize of Indians tickets and dinner at Chili's Bar and Grill. Weekdays, 8:30, 570 WKBN.
It's Saturday, July 28th. What's new today on the iHeartRadio app? iHeartRadio. It's the 30th anniversary of Shark Week, and we got you covered. Real Fun Beach Radio is Shark Week themed, and the perfect soundtrack for sitting on the beach and staying out of the water. Shark! Plus, check out the Inside Jaws podcast, a new podcast exploring the movie that changed the way a generation thinks about sharks. It's Shark Week. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
It's 75 degrees.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. All right, 330-729-9977 is the phone number. Let's take a quick call here. Gil, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hello. I have a Roxio program that I bought by mistake. So it's called Easy CD and DVD Burning. And I just need to know how to get the files onto, get it started.
Okay, so you bought a program like a physical disc, or was it online?
It's a physical disc, yes.
Gotcha. And so when you put the disc into the computer, can you see, does it pop up with anything, like a wizard of any kind, or is it just doesn't do anything?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this.
Sure.
I have it installed.
Okay.
She's done. I just need to get started. I can get it up to the first window, and I can't get the files onto, to get her going. Can't get the files into the program.
Okay, so you have the program open. Now you want to burn some music or some discs to an actual media, and you're not sure how to do that?
video files.
Video
Make a DVD of the video.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to walk you through that. Terrible Media be able to do that, but let me give you some general advice on this. So there's two parts of this. There's going to be first the compilation side. We're going to find the source files around your computer. Most programs are going to allow you to either import them into the project or drag and drop them. So best thing to do when you have your video, let's just say you have your video files on your desktop. I'm going to call them like videos and then open it up to the right of my project screen. Then take the order that you want them to appear in the video and drag them into the project window, and you should see them start to add them. Now, the program might make some adjustments. It might say importing. It might need some time between drag and drops, but you should be able to assemble your whole DVD file by just dragging one file in there at a time. Now, after you have the project assembled, then you're going to want to actually burn it onto a disk. Now, you don't want to. With a DVD, you have two forms that you can do. You can have stuff that's just raw data, and then you have stuff that will play in a traditional DVD player. So somewhere there's probably going to be a burn menu or something like that. This is where you make the decision when you burn it, how you want it to burn an image on the disk. And again, the wizard will probably ask you questions like, what are you going to do with this? Are you putting it on a flash drive? Are you putting it on a disk? Through answering those wizard questions, you should end up with what you're looking for as far as the burning goes.
Okay, thank you. That answers a lot.
All right. Thank you, Gil. Appreciate the phone call. If any of you want to get on the phone line, we've got a whole another hour of this. So 330-729-9977. You can queue up on the phone lines, and we'll be more than happy to take your call. You can also text me at 333-1570. I would be more than happy to take anything you text me over and read that on the air and use that as our conversation pieces. All right, we're going to take a break. Come back. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN.
Message and data rates may apply.
Earning your degree from one of the top business schools in the country might sound impossible to fit into your workload. But what if there were a business degree that furthered your career and gave you access to world-renowned faculty, leaders, and mentors, all on your schedule? One that opened doors to some of the most influential CEOs, tech companies, law firms, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. And what if you could earn that degree in as little as 16 months, 100% online? To find out more, text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645. Start your online MBA, Information Management, or Business Analytics Master's Program from the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University today. Learn more about the W.P. Carey Business Graduate Programs online. Text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645.
Oak Flooring, go to BairdBrothers.com. This is News Radio 570 WKBN, Youngstown.
From ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger. One person on the scene says anyone who can help is helping. A raging wildfire in Northern California has exploded to more than 80,000 acres in size. ABC's Alex Stone on the fire lines in Redding says officials are urging people to evacuate ASAP.
A very active firefight around me here as firefighters are trying to save homes. There's actually a deer running right in front of me right now, trying to get away from these flames. Firefighters have moved in. There is fire on both sides of this road as they're trying to stop the flames from taking out these homes. A lot of fire around here. They're working to battle these flames.
If there's any bright spot for these firefighters, this may be it. There is so much smoke. It's shielding them from the heat of the sun. The Vatican says Pope Francis has accepted the resignation of Theodore McCarrick from the College of Cardinals. The former Archbishop of Washington, D.C., is accused of sexual misconduct decades ago.
No longer called Your Eminence, which is the formal title of a cardinal. He reverts to being called Your Excellency, which is the title for a bishop. And he remains a retired emeritus bishop, but he is no longer a cardinal.
Joshua McElwee, Vatican correspondent for the National Catholic Reporter. CBS is investigating sexual misconduct allegations against its CEO.
One of the most powerful men in the media business, Les Moonves, now facing his own scandal. The New Yorker releasing an expose by Ronan Farrow featuring accusations from 6 women that range from inappropriate kissing to sexual assault. In the article, producer Christine Peters recounts what she says was her own experience, saying Moonves told her during a meeting, "This is really great," before she says, "He just put a hand up my skirt."
ABC's Eva Pilgrim. Police in McAllen, Texas say they're investigating reports of an active shooter inside a mall. You're listening to ABC News.
Here's what's happening in the Valley. With the elimination of 2 shifts and close to 3,000 jobs at General Motors in Lordstown, lawmakers are pressing GM Chair Mary Barra not to abandon the facility. 4 other GM plants around the country are facing the same problems. 27 First News reports Senator Sherrod Brown says if they don't plan to keep making the crews, they need to reinvest and retool in a small SUV. Congressman Tim Ryan has been asking the Trump administration to get involved. Former union president Jim Graham says a new campaign would help motivate the current workforce. Investigators say 1 person was killed, 2 others were injured after a car ran a stop sign, crashing into an SUV carrying 6 people in Knox Township. The State Highway Patrol says a Chevy Trailblazer traveling east on Georgetown Road hit a BMW driven by 39-year-old Justin Stalniker of Ravenna, who ran the stop sign. 71-year-old Marlene Santini of Salem was pronounced dead at the scene. Valley Congressman Tim Ryan says he's been approached about a presidential run. Ryan says with fewer Democrats holding leadership positions on Capitol Hill, some think he could hold a key to the party's future. However, Ryan said he's been focused on winning what would be his 9th term in Congress in November and helping get other Democrats into the House and Senate. Trumbull County commissioners have approved $4 million into projects, among them a $1.4 million project to implement the MARC system into their emergency service radios. The county is one of the last in Ohio to update its radio equipment to a MARC system. Commissioners also approved a project to renovate Brookfield's wastewater treatment plant and build a new wash center for Trumbull County vehicles. In sports, the Indians beat Detroit 8-3, both again today, 5:37 on 570 WKBN. The Pirates over the Mets 5-4. They both play again today as well in Pittsburgh. And the Mahoning Valley Scrappers were postponed last night due to rain in Aberdeen. That game will be made up today as part of a doubleheader. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 2:30. Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charley's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charley's.
Breaking news. President Trump meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss trade. Listen in live.
This trade plan is so great. You're not going to believe this trade.
What do you mean, like a trade of information?
I'm talking dollar bills, greenbacks. When you bring your trade to Taylor Chevrolet of Hermitage, you get up to 130% KBB value for it, okay? That's a lot of value. Trust me, I know value, and that's a lot of it.
What does this mean for trade relations?
It means we're giving you incredible deals. During the Trade In and Trade Up sales event, Taylor Chevy has leases as low as $112 a month.
I like this deal.
At Taylor Chevrolet of Hermitage, get up to 130% KBB value for your trade and leases as low as $112 a month.
And to pay any more is insane, folks.
24-month lease, $2,500 down, plus first payment, tax, title, license, and doc. No security with approved credit. 10K miles per year. Must have GM lease in household and finance through GMF. Auto buyers will qualify based on fair condition report up to $3,000. See dealer for details. Offers cannot be combined. Expires 7/31/18.
Hi again, folks. This is Dan Rivers. Let me take just a half a minute of your time to tell you about living life to the fullest at Copeland Oaks Retirement Community. From spacious, independent living villas and apartments to assisted living and memory care, Copeland Oaks is comprehensive. Dan Rivers urging you to learn about all the living options by visiting CopelandOaks.com or call and set up a tour. 938-6126 in nearby Sebring. 938-6126. CopelandOaks.com. Hi, folks. When you see 570 WKBN broadcasting live around the valley, stop by and spin the Pizza Hut prize wheel. All day, every day, large pizza, $7.99 with 2 toppings. No one out-delivers the Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Burglars spend less than a minute breaking into homes, and they work quickly. Half of burglars interviewed said once inside, they are on the lookout for prescription drugs. They rarely come up empty-handed. Lock your meds or take unwanted medications to a nearby drop box. A message from the Trumbull County Mental Health and Recovery Board.
Hi, this is Eric Clark from Fairway Ford in Canfield. We've got over 75 18 Ford Escapes all on sale. That includes 4-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. Save now, like the 18 Ford Escape for only $19,900 or lease for $249 a month for 36 months, zero out of pocket. With approved credit, just sign and drive a new Escape for only $249 a month. Visit us at fairwayfordohio.com or 330-533-FORD. Fairway, that's the way we do business.
For authentic Italian cuisine and sauce, check out Vasilio's, Cortland.
Need a furnace and AC checkup? Call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Partly sunny skies to start the weekend with a small risk for an isolated sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the mid-70s this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies expected overnight with temperatures dropping back into the mid-50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
Now 77.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and this is where we get to talk on Saturdays about things that are happening in the tech world. Get some fresh takes on things and open the floor up to all of you listeners out there. You are what make this show great. So if you call in, share your experiences, ask your questions, I will take that as my direction, and we will go whatever way we are guided by you, our listener. So 330-729-9977 is the phone number. A lot of news about the stuff that's happening on social media that sort of is like a concern, but not really, because it's all this stuff that we knew was happening, and we're kind of watching it until it somersaults to its end, whatever that is. So Facebook and Twitter are both having some, growing pains. They have we discovered there's a phenomenal amount of misinformation that they are both being used to, as the mechanism for rolling that misinformation out. They are a company like no other, no different than any other, where, they sell a product. They have lots of visitors and they sell advertising, and those advertisers are, they can choose to do, right now you as sitting at home can decide to go over to Facebook and you can buy an ad for just about anything that you'd like to push. And really, they have these community standards where they control the stuff that you are and aren't allowed to put out there. But as long as you are willing to pay the price, you can put an ad out there that basically says just about anything as long as it doesn't go against one of their terms, which is all fine and good because the marketplace rewards good behavior and it punishes bad behavior. And so if the advertising that is terrible and if the information is bad and if it's a bad product, then we'll just revolt and we'll go find something else. So we'll be off of Facebook and on the Bookface or wherever the next Facebook is, because if there was a MySpace and then MySpace went away and now there's a Facebook and the next there's going to be something else after this. It's never in stone that the company that's ruling right now is going to stay ruling forever. So it's one of these things where we are consumers of information and we get a lot of our stuff. So how much of the stuff do you think that is true that you got advertised through a social media, one of those mechanisms, and now you believe something that isn't true? So Facebook's big thing is they want to make sure that they have a way to turn off things that are untrue. So having this conscious battle that's going back and forth. So if you have a site like InfoWars, and if those of you aren't familiar who InfoWars is, it's I believe it's really, really right-wing to the extreme, like conspiracy theories and whatever, right? And so if I were to put a conspiracy theory that said, hey, we did not go to the moon, right? I don't think we went to the moon. Now that, depending on what filter you take it through, might be in conflict with a untrue news item that couldn't ever be on Facebook. So the challenge of saying, hey, my name's Joe and I don't believe we went to the moon could qualify as something that they would totally they totally disallow from going through their mechanism for advertising because it is somebody down the road judges that it's an untrue thing. All of us that have privacy concerns about this whole thing, who gets to judge true and not true? Because I have seen reasonable people justify truth or untrue things and to become completely opposite. I've seen people take true things and make them so that I almost agree with them that they're untrue. And same thing, untrue things and reasonably push them up that at least we should acknowledge it. So who gets to decide Is Facebook a good arbiter of true versus not true? Is Twitter a good arbiter of true versus not true? Because I have a feeling that just like Facebook got punished pretty severely for this whole advertising revenue miss of a couple days ago, I have a feeling that this is trends. We're looking at somebody to take the reins and say, just give me truth, but there's going to be always another side that says, hey, this isn't, you're not disallowing truth, you're disallowing information. Because there's this middle ground, the subjective ground, knows that there's going to be somebody who gets robbed of a truth, right, because of subjectivity or a bias, and that's why we're kind of watching to see how this thing shakes out. I feel that I'm fairly intelligent, and I like to just know the information. I don't want opinionated. I want the opinion part. Just give me true stuff, true information. So I don't want you to say we didn't go to the moon, right? I want you to give me the stuff that you can prove in science. Like, go to science class and you be able to test it and you do your experimentation and give me, that's a truth to me, something that you could show me again, right? You can't prove to me that we didn't go to the moon. You can give me evidence that supports us not going to the moon, but it's a theory. So you can't say it's a truth or not a truth. It's just a theory. And so that's what I'm saying. We got this weird gray area that we might start missing out on people's ability to say freely, because we're trying to get all of the controversial misinformation out, but we might lose some of the, that other stuff. So you'll see this, and we had the same thing happen on Twitter, where they took a bunch of fake accounts and they just blew out, millions of fake accounts. Why? Because anybody can create an account, and marketing people can use Twitter as this fascinating data collection tool. And so, you have the cons are really hammering down all at one time and getting all of us to say, hey, you know what? These might be big enough to show the vulnerabilities in the way we gather our information. I mean, how many people read news articles and say, yeah, probably not true, right? Even if you're believing it, I don't believe anything I read on social media, because I will tell you almost everything that I look up, right, is non-objective. And when I read the article, I come to a completely different conclusion than the writer did. But they phrase it in social media like they're making the opinion first and then the data second. But half people that don't read the news articles read the headline. Now they just read a news article that somebody did something and it's proven, right? When it was an opinion that they were selling. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up because it's a slippery slope, at this point. When we have people that exclusively just get their news stuff with things that come over their news feed, and they just accept it as factual, and they expect Facebook or Twitter or wherever you get your social media stuff to do the policing whether or not stuff is factual or not. So I figure you're going to do one of two things: make it so that you can have zero opinions when it comes to advertising, and if it's fake stuff, it's not allowed. Right. And then, if you read something on Facebook or you read something on social media, then it's provable, or nothing. Have it totally deregulated and say, hey, this is the Wild West. You as a human being have to figure out what's true and what's not true. You can really only go two. If you do this hybrid, none of us can figure out whether or not you're policing certain ones and not policing other ones. And then you are just an arm of one of the tribes rather than being the arbiter of truth versus non-truth. So we got to decide as a society what truth really is and what version of it we want, the medias and these other people to follow. Because if we don't set those standards and we're, consuming this information as if it's true, that's really dangerous ground. Think about how many decisions and unrest and that kind of stuff can happen because of things that you read online that, you would totally, the standard should be that if any news agency put something out there that is untrue, I think all of society should say what we expect from news agencies is to be correct and put more energy into policing themselves to make sure what they put out there is correct more than anything else. Because if you don't, we're not going to trust you and we're not going to turn on your channel anymore. And that's what all of us hope is actually going on. So I figured I'd bring that up because it's, like I said, I can't really say much about it. It's still in flux. We know it's happening, and we're going to keep our eye on it. And we really hope that the information products that we're latching on to get better at providing the product. So 330-729-9977. Text message that came in, it said, maybe I'm crazy, but the only way to get
course, it went real small. The only way to get better Wi-Fi is to get closer to the source or have more distribution points. Okay, so yes, I mean that's absolutely true. So if you get yourself closer to, okay, so you have an access point. Think of an access point as an antenna, a series of antennas that broadcast outwardly, either in a single direction or in all directions. Now, anything that's in this cloud of frequency, right, can have an antenna that then makes a wireless connection using that frequency to talk to the home base, right? And so the further you get away from the home base, the more diluted the frequency is, and you have less speed. There's more errors that happen. You get, worse coverage. And so if you put more of those same broadcasters in an area, you saturate it with more, then you get, you have better coverage. Now, on the other side, you also have different types of antennas. And so your phone has an antenna on it. And it's usually in the iPhones, the antenna sort of goes around the circumference of the phone. And then so that antenna is responsible then for, playing in that frequency field. And it can conduct, some antennas can conduct better than other antennas. So you can improve your Wi-Fi connections by having an antenna that can participate in the field better than any others. So if you're in a weak part of the field, your best antenna is still going to be pretty crappy. But you can be in a relatively good frequency where you're pretty good, have a pretty good power on the frequency, and get terrible coverage if you have an antenna that's terrible at conducting within that frequency. So that's what sometimes you'll change the channels that you're having on broadcast. So let's just say you have a channel 6, and then too many people are working on channel 6, so you move it to channel 3, and then you'll have better coverage. Well, it's because all that other contamination where you are competing with other things on that same frequency that caused most of the problem. It's not that channel's any better, it's just less frequent and it has less congestion on it. And so changing channels, putting better antennas on the broadcast side of your antennas or on your access points. They make some access points that you can put higher, more pronounced antennas. Some of the ones internal aren't as good as the ones that are posable. So yeah, all these things, moving closer is obviously the easiest way to get a bit better reception, but sometimes getting the broadcast to go further, N versus AC versus G, each one of those have different bandwidth and, how far they project out when they're being broadcast. So all of those are considerations. So thanks for the text message. Text number is 330-333-1570, and I'll read those on the air if you'd like to ask any questions. And I want to welcome all those on Facebook and YouTube. We're broadcasting the video feed with the audio over there. So I want to welcome all those video people out there. Appreciate you being there. We had an amazing service week. And I know I've told the story about sort of where we've come, but I reminisce on Fridays when we have our meetings. We tell about things, how we got started and what it used to be like. But this was an amazing week because we did a lot of field services. One of my favorite things to do in this industry is that we sort of come to you, you let us into your environments, you tell us what's important to you, and then we go out there and solve problems for you. So you can point at something and say, hey, my wireless isn't real great, or my server's really slow, or I need email reception here, and then we're like on the case. But we did, all of our staff was in the field on Friday. It was amazing to watch, to witness where, our industry's typically, you grab your computer and you take it to them and they throw it on the bench and they work on it. But we've sort of set the standard on coming out to you and doing field stuff, making it both affordable where it's something that you can do regularly. And we could do such a better job when we're in the environment. I think a couple weeks ago I told you that, once you take your computer off of your environment, I don't know that there wasn't something plugged into it that was causing the problem. Right, so you might bring it to me. We fire it up, and it's not doing it anymore. And you make the comment, just like a mechanic that never makes a sound when you're in front of a mechanic. Well, that's why, because you remove some variables, and so we like to see it with all the variables intact. So 330-259-7278 is the phone number. If you want to have us come out and take care of something in your environment, we'll be really happy to do so. 330-259-7278. So we are going to take this break. We're going to come back, take some more of your phone calls. You can text me at 333-1570, and I'll answer those questions when we come back. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
It's the 33rd Annual Greater Youngstown Italian Festival, Friday, August 3rd through Sunday the 5th in downtown Youngstown. Over 4 city blocks of entertainment with over 40 Italian restaurants and food vendors and over 24 retail craft vendors. Join us for the opening ceremonies on Friday, pasta eating contest on Saturday, and the homemade wine contest on Sunday. Children's activities provided by Oh Wow Children's Center. Join us for Sunday Mass with a procession and the grand raffle. The 33rd Annual Greater Youngstown Italian Festival, August 3rd through the 5th in downtown Youngstown.
If you're even thinking about getting new tires, you don't want to miss Flynn's annual tent sale now through the end of this month. It's our biggest tire sale of the year. You'll get fantastic deals like buy 3, get 1 free on select Yokohama and Vanderbilt tires. And remember, every tire we sell includes mounting, balancing, a free alignment check, and a whole lot more, all for one low entire price. Just call or visit any Flynn's Tire and Auto Service location or make an appointment online at flynnstire.com.
And tell them Flinny sent you.
Thin Feather Fur Outfitters is having their annual customer appreciation going on now through July 29. And during this sale, you can save 10% off all used firearms in stock. While you're at the Finn, check out all the great deals on new firearms and ammo. Great selection, great pricing. Hurry in today to check out all the deals going on in every department. Come to the Finn in Ashland, Middleburg Heights, Canton, Boardman, or Milan, or visit our website, finfeatherfur.com.
It's the 6th Annual Wings and Wheels, Sunday, August 5th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. See up to 1,000 classic, exotic, and vintage cars, trucks, and motorcycles, with the first 700 getting dash plaques. And see over 100 airplanes that'll be flying in all day. There'll be great food vendors, music, and beer. Avoid the lines and get your advance tickets at Andrews Shopping Center in Howland Corners. And zoom right into the 6th Annual Wings and Wheels, Sunday, August 5th from 8 to 5 at the Sluice Airfield next to the Ernie Hall Aviation Museum on North River Road in Howland.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more listings or an investor looking for great real estate deals? How would you like to find hundreds of motivated sellers in your area before others find out about them? Go to listitleads.com. That's list, L-I-S-T, it, leads, L-E-A-D-S.com. Respond now to receive 1 free month membership to listitleads.com, a $100 value. With listitleads.com, you can search by city, zip code, or county and find hundreds of motivated sellers. More listings means more money. Beat the competition. Be the first real estate agent to contact these motivated sellers before the information is made public. Go to listitleads.com. That's list, L-I-S-T, it, leads, L-E-A-D-S.com. Make 2018 your best year in business ever. More listings means more money. Information is power. This information will change your life. Find great real estate deals before they are made public. Log on to listitleads.com. Listitleads.com.
Welcome back. We are with Matt Taylor from Hermitage Toyota.
Hey everybody, I've got great news.
What do you got for us, Matt?
We're rolling out the Taylor Toyota of Hermitage trade-in and trade-up sales event. Everyone that brings in their trade, no matter what it is, push, pull, or drag it in and get up to 130% KBB value.
Wow. Did you guys hear what he just said?
You have to come try out our Toyotas. Even if you don't have a trade, we have great deals on all our Toyotas. Lease a 2018 Tundra SR5 4x4 Crew Max for $246 a month, or a 2018 4Runner 4x4 SR5 V6, just $299 a month.
Everybody got all that? Yeah, we set up to 130% KBB value on any trade. 2018 Tundra lease for $246 a month, 2018 4Runner for $299. The Taylor Toyota of Hermitage trade-in and trade-up sales event. To pay more is insane. Tundra 24-month lease, $1,000 down. SR5 36 months, $2,000 down. Offers plus first payment tax title, $116 doc fee. No security with approved credit based on fair condition up to $3,000. Cannot be combined with any other offer. See dealer for details. Ends 7/31/18.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee, and you're even getting up at night to go. This is not okay. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate, the #1 prostate formula, are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. To celebrate, we're sending free bottles to men who want to cut down on bathroom trips. Yes, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Just dial pound 250 on your mobile phone and say the keyword "try it." Early research suggests that an ingredient in P3 Advanced may help support a normal prostate size. Combine that with a reduction in urges to pee, and you have a formula you'd be crazy not to try. Try P3 Advanced free. Dial pound 250 on your mobile phone and say the keyword "try it." Again, dial pound 250 and say the keyword try it.
With over 20 years in business and over 20 million blinds sold, Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Need some inspiration? Go to Blinds.com to see tons of customer photos. And right now, you save up to 30%, plus take an additional 5% off site-wide when you use promo code LIGHT. That's 30%, plus take an additional 5% off site-wide at Blinds.com. Blinds.com, promo code LIGHT. Rules and restrictions apply.
It's 75 degrees.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer. A question that came in over the text message here. I'm looking to buy a Fire Stick. They have Fire Stick Cube and Fire Stick, a regular Fire Stick. Which one do you think is a better deal? One is for $119. The Cube, the other stick, is $79 and has voice activation. Okay, so think of the Fire Cube as sort of the Fire Stick and the Alexa that are jammed into one, where the Fire Stick or Fire TV, they're sort of passive devices where you can speak a little bit into the remote control the TV, but this more acts like an Alexa. So if you're interested in, you want to combine, put an Alexa and a Fire TV, you can combine two devices into one for that room. So if not, then the regular Fire TV is going to give you the digital is what you're after, I believe. The Fire TV is going to be let's see, HDR support. Yeah. So you're going to get, with the Fire Cube and the Fire Stick, you're going to get regular high definition stuff. The Fire Stick is not. It's going to be 1080i. Let's see. Any other big differences? The voice. So yeah, honestly, if you want the non-voice and you want the HD, get the Fire TV. If you don't really care about the HD, you can go with the regular Fire Stick. So $40 for the regular Fire Stick, $70 for the Fire TV, and then $120 for the Fire Cubed or Fire Cube. All right, that's that question. I had another question that came in. Also, is there same person? Also, I would like to monitor usage for electric bills. Now, this is an interesting question because I saw this advertisement come up not too long ago, and it was for Sense. And it's this little piece of equipment that you have an electrician install in your electrical box, and it monitors power usage. And then you can have it program and send you notifications when usage is high, and you can look to see how much your home's consuming in real time. So you don't have to wait for a bill to come up to know that you're using more electricity. And then what that prompts you to do is be more aware of usage, and then you can turn things off more often because you can see real time what your immediate consumption is right now. So if anybody's used one of these Senses, and I've not, but if anybody has, go ahead and call our program, 330-729-9977. I'd like to hear from you and see if you've had any. But anyway, that's your way of doing it. That product or a product like that is probably your best bet. So thanks for the questions. Appreciate it. Again, 330-729-9977. We're going to take this break, come back, take another half hour worth of questions from you. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
With the elimination of 2 shifts and close to 3,000 jobs at General Motors in Lordstown, lawmakers are pressing GM Chair Mary Barra not to abandon the facility. 4 other GM plants around the country are facing the same problems. 27 First News reports Senator Sherrod Brown says if they don't plan to keep making the crews, they need to reinvest and retool in a small SUV. Congressman Tim Ryan has been asking the Trump administration to get involved. Former union president Jim Graham says a new campaign would help motivate the current workforce. Investigators say 1 person was killed, 2 others were injured after a car ran a stop sign, crashing into an SUV carrying 6 people in Knox Township. The State Highway Patrol says a Chevy Trailblazer traveling east on Georgetown Road hit a BMW driven by 39-year-old Justin Stolniker of Ravenna, who ran the stop sign. 71-year-old Marlene Santini of Salem was pronounced dead at the scene. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 3.
Find huge savings now through Sunday during Menards Crazy Day Sale. Save $14 per gallon after sale price and rebate on Grand Distinction interior and exterior paint. Classic 3-tab shingles from Owens Corning are $9.98 per bundle after rebate. Get a 20-volt Black & Decker drill for only $19.99. Crestone retaining wall blocks are 69 cents each after rebate. These deals are so crazy, they're available in-store only while supplies last. So hurry in to save big during Menards Crazy Day Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
BY Pools and Spas is proud to announce that they're the exclusive Viking pool dealer in the area. Viking Pools are the premier in-ground fiberglass pool company, offering the highest quality multi-layered construction and non-porous surface. For Viking Pools, hot tubs, and pool supplies, visit BY Pools and Spas, 224 at Struthers Road in Poland. Check them out at bypoolsandspas.com.
We're the one for family fun.
Hi, folks. When you see 570 WKBN broadcasting live around the valley, stop by and spin the Pizza Hut prize wheel. All day, every day, large pizza, $7.99 with 2 toppings. No one out-delivers the Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Here's some great MVSN offers.
Wolam Chevrolet always has over 80 clean, reliable used cars, trucks, and SUVs for work or for your family. At Wolam, you don't pay more, you get more. Wolam Chevrolet, Cortland, Ohio, the dealer that wants to earn your business.
It's the 6th annual Wings and Wheels, Sunday, August 5th from 9 to 5. See over 1,000 exotic, vintage, and classic cars, motorcycles, and trucks, and hundreds of airplanes at Wings and Wheels at the Sluice Airfield and the Ernie Hall Aviation Museum on North River Road in Howland. Sponsored by the Trumbull County Tourism Bureau.
It's time for all the excitement of go-karts and so much more at Sports World Family Fun Center on South Avenue in Boardman. Enjoy 18-hole adventure golf, arcade games, the batting cages, and so much more. Visit us on Facebook or online at BoardmanSportsWorld.com.
Handyman Supply of Niles, your local Ace Hardware, is ready for Indian summer. Our shelves are stocked with the lawn and garden supplies you want. If you need it, we've got it. We're your personal and locally owned Ace Hardware store. Handyman Supply, McKinley Heights in Niles.
Every year, more than 34,000 U.S. children go to the emergency room for accidentally ingesting prescription drugs, such as opioid painkillers and anti-anxiety pills. Lock your meds or take unwanted medications to a nearby drop box. A message from the Trumbull County Mental Health and Recovery Board.
Breaking news. President Trump meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss trade. Listen in live.
This trade plan is so great. You're not going to believe this trade.
What do you mean, like a trade of information?
I'm talking dollar bills, greenbacks. When you bring your trade to Taylor Chevrolet of Hermitage, you get up to 130% KBB value for it, okay? That's a lot of value. Trust me, I know value, and that's a lot of it.
What does this mean for trade relations?
It means we're giving you incredible deals. During the Trade In and Trade Up sales event, Taylor Chevy has leases as low as $112 a month.
I like this deal.
At Taylor Chevrolet of Hermitage, get up to 130% KBB value for your trade and leases as low as $112 a month.
And to pay any more is insane, folks.
24-month lease, $2,500 down plus first payment, tax, title, license, and dock. No security with approved credit. 10K miles per year. Must have GM lease in household and finance through GMF. Auto buyers will qualify based on fair condition report up to $3,000. See dealer for details. Offers cannot be combined. Expires 7/31/18.
Freak yeah, Jimmy John's.
Freak yeah, what if I just needed 1 sandwich delivered?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
What about 100 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
What about 24 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
67 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
You know, 67's a prime number.
Freak yeah, a whole number greater than one whose only factors are 1 in itself, I know.
Great. I'll take 1 turkey tom, please.
Freak yeah, 1 turkey tom, on the way.
Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freak yeah.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make 1 free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino, and believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-573-9552. That's 800-573-9552. 800-573-9552. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials, or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charley's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charley's. For your home or business, call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Partly sunny skies to start the weekend with a small risk for an isolated sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the mid-70s this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies expected overnight with temperatures dropping back into the mid-50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
Temperature 76.
570 WKBN.com, powered by Donnell Ford and DonnellFord.com, where price sells cars and great service keeps customers.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer. They polled a bunch of people and said, where do you want technology to go next? And these are the top 5 responses for what we as consumers really want technology to key in on. And so the first thing is we want healthcare. Healthcare technology needs to make it better, more efficient, and more direct. That was the response from consumers, that healthcare should be improved using technology, and we need to put our money in doing that. Number 2 is the financial system. And it is, and I see, technology, just my opinion here, I think technology has been improved. I think the speed at which you can have access to your money and the information about the finance system could. So I'm kind of curious as to why number 4 would be, the financial market. I'm assuming because we see, sort of in the financial markets that there's still a lot of, negative things that are happening. So I'm a general consumer, and I say that the banking industry still needs some help in eliminating some of the reasons. Like every time the banking system has a problem, consumers ultimately pay the consequence, and then the banking system just goes back to doing what they do, and then the public again pays another consequence. So if that's what you mean, then I'm all for it. The third thing, actually, I think I'm missing the third thing here, but let's go to the second thing, is transportation. And moving around and having, drones that are flyable and high-speed railroad and stuff like that. We want technology to improve the way we get around. Education is next. And having, at this one, I really agree with it. It being number 2 is probably right on the money. Our education system is so antiquated. I mean, we've got great teachers, we've got great schools, we've got, the possibility of having great education, but the way we educate is just so, backwards and ancient and traditional. Now, I pay homage to tradition, right? I like to think that, we things that don't have to change, you don't change things that don't necessarily have to change. But I'm just saying even how we deliver education, where, so kids will be learning one way when they get home and they're totally, comfortable learning. And then they go to school and it's like I'm being forced into a box with a bunch of other screaming people, nothing but distractions, learning at a slow snail pace. And then I go home and I can learn as fast as I want. I go to school and I get to learn slow as I want. I get to be guided completely by my interests at home. And I go to school and I'm guided by curriculum. And then I go back home and I get to have tons of different sources that I like and are friendly and are accommodating. And I go to school and it's trouble and it's expensive and whatever. So I totally see where education made a list too. And then the number 1 from consumers say that fraud. They want people to not be able to, criminals to not be able to take advantage of people, to make it so that it is so hard for criminals to take advantage of people. And that one, again, I agree with. And it's number 1 on the list. I mean, have you noticed like the spam that you get and the viruses that you get and the phone calls you get? That's all the same. It's the same recycled thing. They just try to, they become more sophisticated. They become more brazen. And the reason they do that is because it's effective. I hear people every stinking week that get taken by one of these. They come to me after the fact, where I help them clean up the mess afterwards. But can you imagine if we can say, let's not let anybody fall victim by just making that part of society disappear? How do you do it? How do you take somebody in Nigeria who doesn't have to follow the same laws but can connect to you with email and internet and stuff like that? How do you control that? How do you make it so that without saying, all right, all of Nigeria, I'm cutting off communication and Nigeria can't even get into us? Because that's how you really do it. So you want the freedom of being able to do business with Nigeria at the same time where you can't control the stuff that comes through that deal. So I'm with that being number one. So many people I care about have fallen victim to scams, and it's cost them time and money and energy, and it's soul ripping to see someone you care about get taken advantage of. I had one lady who was didn't come to us until it was way too late, but got the whole I think it was roofing or siding, some kind of scam, and she wrote a check for $20,000 without thinking about it, and they totally ran away with her money. They set her up perfectly so that it was believable, and they even got to talk to a physical person, and then once the check was written, they were gone and she was without her money. So you don't, it doesn't have to be a sophisticated email scam. They're doing in-person, right in your face, give me $20,000 thing, and they're doing IRS scams, and they're doing the send me a bunch of Best Buy card scams. I mean, so just your loved ones, as much as we push them into the arenas of technology, help them to get started, I really don't want these people to be effective either. So that's your top 5 list of, regular consumers and where they think our energy and technology should be put in. Let's clean up those areas so that we have healthcare, we have transportation, we have education, we have fraud, and what was the other one? Finance. So the 5 areas where we think technology needs to be extended the most. Notice I didn't say that, information and everybody, if you talk to anybody off the street right now and it's a political discussion, it's going to be the good information versus bad information, right? Perpetuating lies and untruths on our social media. But it didn't even make the list in these top 5s of where we really want our smart people to put all their energy and effort. So 330-729-9977 is the phone number. If you want to get on the program and ask your questions, feel free. Hello, thank you so much for your show. My Dell PC will only start up in sleep mode. I'm going to swap out the keyboard and monitor one at a time. What can I try after that? I clean and defrag weekly. Your time and knowledge much appreciated. Now, I'm assuming what you mean is it starts up in safe mode. And so sleep mode is sort of like a low power. When you walk away from your computer, it's able to sort of go into that low power mode. And then when you come back, you hit the space bar or whatever, the escape key, and then it resumes back. And it just basically lets you go into that sleep mode so that you don't waste power. Safe mode is a completely different animal. So when your computer's starting, let's just say it gets to a point where it's unsuccessfully able to boot into the operating system. And then maybe do that a couple times. Well, it decides that, hey, you can't fix anything until you get an operating system. So it's going to deliver you a version of the operating system called safe mode. And what it is it's still your operating system, but some of the necessary startup items are eliminated. So you have not as many drivers are loaded, and not as many software applications, and not as many startup items are come up during safe mode. Gives you an opportunity that if you get into safe mode, you can fix the real problem that's stopping it from getting into Windows on its own. And you can go into control panel, and you can go into device manager, you can go into the event viewer, and you can kind of look around. So if you're starting into safe mode, you're going to have to figure out why it's not getting into regular mode. The first thing I try if I get into safe mode is first I disable all of the startup options. So I will go to run msconfig, and I will remove all the startup items. Then I'll reboot. If I can get into regular Windows without my startup items, then I know for sure that it was a startup item that was stopping Windows from booting, and now I'm good. Then I can just either add a couple of those startup items each day until it either starts happening again or it doesn't, one of the two. And if I find an application that's causing it, I can uninstall it, reinstall it, and then just over time, I'm able to find out what was causing it. Now, if I do startup items and I'm still can't go beyond safe mode, then I'll start looking around in Event Viewer, because it was working before and now it's not working, and the event viewer might be able to give me an indication of something that may have changed. So let's just say on Tuesday it started doing this. I'll start going back to the event viewer, and I can filter it so I only see warnings and errors, and I'll go back to Tuesday and see if there's anything looks like it changed. So I'm gonna look at Monday, the day before when I knew it was working, and I'm going to look at Tuesday and see if there's any differences between the two. If there's different errors or something looks like it abruptly changed, it might lead some insight into what I need to do next. Let's just say Windows did an update. Well, I might be able to roll that update back. Let's just say a driver update. Maybe I'd uninstall that driver and load a new one. But that whole safe mode experience is intended to give you options to start figuring out what could cause the problem. Now, if you're not totally into that, it sounds like you've already got some troubleshooting steps underway. If you get to the end of it and you're still, haven't come up with anything, then, feel free, bring it to Youngstown Computer, have us take a look at it on our bench, or us come out to you and do some troubleshooting in your environment. And go from there. But as far as what to do next after that, I mean, I gave you more theory. I can't give you next step to do because it's, I like to get down to the bare minimums. When I'm troubleshooting a blue screen, for instance, I take all non-essential components out of play. I want as few variables in play as I possibly can get. So if I don't have to run it, if I don't have to have it plugged in, so take your external drives and your network cards and, I'll take complete expansion cards out of play just so I can get it back running good. And then I'll start adding anything that's not necessary back in there. So if you got a sound card, you don't need a sound card for the computer to start up, or you don't need the expansion cards. So take them all out. And just keep removing those things until you get the thing running the way that it should, and then you can reintroduce it. So you're doing the right thing by removing keyboard and mouse. That's a variable. So you plug in a different keyboard and mouse. What if it starts up? If it starts up and it doesn't go into sleep mode, you know that there was something wrong with one of the USB devices. It might not be the keyboard in general, but it might be the driver that was connected to the keyboard, and you removed one of those links in the chain, and then the thing starts up. So this is, it's natural troubleshooting, natural problem solving. These things aren't as complicated as you think they are. I know from most of our experiences, you hit the power button and you just hope it comes on, right? But these computers are sort of really simple things, but they're layered on top of other simple things, and they happen lightning fast. And then, so from your experience, magical things are happening on the screen. So when they don't work, all you really have to do is make them go slow again, right? And make them simple again, and you can figure a lot of these things out. But the routines, even when we're talking about what's happening in social media, and we're talking with these, Amazon Alexas and stuff like that, you guys are seeing when we're on the precipice of the next generation of technology, that technology is going to be layered on other stuff. And it's become super useful once you forget that cumbersome part was even part of it. Eventually it's going to get so good you're not going to have to worry about it. Like, you having general conversations about stuff and getting ads, submitted to you or suggested to you because of the stuff that it heard in the other conversations. I mean, we look at it through a privacy spectrum, but the usefulness of that, you can have interpreted insights when you're driving your car around, and the car can be noticing things like stop signs and the speed of traffic and the peripheral of who's around you and road conditions and atmospheric pressures and where the sun's at and all of these different variables. It's collecting as you're going. It's not deciding anything. It's collecting all of that stuff. It has the ability to make contextual decisions based on tons and tons and tons of surrounding data. That's really, really useful. And so I figured I'd throw that out to you because, people like me see that the stuff before it's practically used, before it's, we can't buy it as the public because it's either too expensive or we can't find a place for it. You have these 3D printing companies that are, printing things in PVC that don't make a whole lot of sense. So they spend $1,000 on a 3D printer, and they're printing, little tokens that you would buy at, or little, statues that you would buy at when you're on vacation, right? That's the extent of what 3D printers can do. But we're watching it like, okay, a human being, okay, through raw materials like a thing of plastic, can spit out whatever they want. And it might be that the whatever they want right now is just kind of like gesture items, just like see what I can do items. There's not real practicality in what they're printing. But you can see like, okay, what happens when you change the media and you let someone print completely in metal? Can I print a screw? What about when you print in other form factors? When you get to that point, think of the possibilities where you don't have to have tooling and you don't have to, have something 1,000 of something made, you can just do it yourself. So that next generation can start planning on enterprises that mean that, when the marketplace changes that significantly because of the capabilities are improved, that's the forward-looking thing. And that's what, the place that Youngstown holds in the whole scheme of things is that we've got extremely bright people, extremely good colleges. We got a huge amount of great work ethic, and everything's working out. So we'll see what comes in here in the future. But I'm very excited for what's going to happen next. All right, take a break, come back, take some more of your phone calls. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Man, it is so hot out. Crank your air conditioner.
I would, but you're not going to believe this. It's broken.
Don't sweat it. Take your car to Boardman Nissan on Market Street. They have the best service team in the area.
At Boardman Nissan, they service all makes and models, and don't forget they do it fast. Head down to Boardman Nissan today and enjoy a top-notch dealership experience. They go above and beyond to serve your needs. Boardman Nissan makes it easy. Whether you need your AC repaired or recharged, we've got you covered. Boardman Nissan, 7809 Market Street in Boardman. Get there today and beat the heat.
It's the 33rd Annual Greater Youngstown Italian Festival, Friday, August 3rd through Sunday the 5th in downtown Youngstown. Over 4 city blocks of entertainment with over 40 Italian restaurants and food vendors and over 24 retail craft vendors. Join us for the opening ceremonies on Friday, pasta eating contest on Saturday, and the homemade wine contest on Sunday. Children's activities provided by Oh Wow Children's Center. Join us for Sunday Mass with a procession and the grand raffle. The 33rd Annual Greater Youngstown Italian Festival, August 3rd through the 5th in downtown Youngstown.
Join Finn Feather Fur as we salute America with our American-made rod promotion. Buy any in-stock American-made rod and receive a free American-made Flambeau box, Finn Edition fishing shirt sizes small to 2X in 4 great colors, and stick jacket rod cover. Wow! And you can also receive a $25 Finn gift card with the purchase of any spinning or bait cast reel priced at $100 or more. Hurry into the Finn in Ashland, Middleburg Heights, Canton, Boardman, and Milan, and stock your tackle box today.
The Made to Move 2018 summer event is now on at Flynn Auto Group's Columbiana Cadillac. Exceptional lease offers for current GM lessees with no money down on the 2018 CTS, just $459 a month for 39 months, and lease pull ahead. Columbiana Cadillac will waive your 4 remaining Cadillac lease payments up to $2,000 only at ColumbianaCadillac.com. 10,000 miles a year, 25 cents for each additional mile driven, subject to credit approval, excludes tax and no security deposit. Offer expires 7/31/18.
September 11th. It affected every American, but it made many New Yorkers sick. For months after 9/11, the air swirling over lower Manhattan was filled with toxic dust and fumes. Many who were exposed to these toxins now have 9/11-related cancers. If you lived, worked, were a student, or were present in lower Manhattan in the months after the 9/11 attacks and have been diagnosed with cancer or a respiratory illness, you may be entitled to free health care and tax-free compensation from the $7 billion federal 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund. The Victim Compensation Fund has been extended for new claims, but there are strict deadlines to file your claim. Call now, 1-855-WTC-INFO for a free 9/11 compensation consultation. 1-855-WTC-INFO. There will be no fee unless you receive compensation. First responders and all downtown workers and residents, this is your chance to receive compensation from the 9/11 Fund, but you must act now. Call Turley, Hansen, and Rosasco, 1-855-WTC-INFO, 1-855-WTC-INFO, or visit 911cancerclaim.com, 911cancerclaim.com.
With over 20 years in business and over 20 million blinds sold, Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Need some inspiration? Go to Blinds.com to see tons of customer photos. And right now, you save up to 30%. Plus, take an additional 5% off site-wide when you use promo code LIGHT. That's 30%. Plus, take an additional 5% off site-wide at Blinds.com. Blinds.com, promo code LIGHT. Rules and restrictions apply.
It's Saturday, July 28th. What's new today on the iHeartRadio app? iHeartRadio. It's the 30th anniversary of Shark Week, and we got you covered. Real Fun Beach Radio is Shark Week themed, and the perfect soundtrack for sitting on the beach and staying out of the water. Shark! Plus, check out the Inside Jaws podcast, a new podcast exploring the movie that changed the way a generation thinks about sharks. It's Shark Week. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Temperature 76.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This question came in when you're troubleshooting in your safe mode steps in a config system. When you say remove things one at a time, are you talking about actually deleting them or disabling them? Thanks for calling me on that, because when you're working in that startup section of MS config, you want to disable them by unchecking them and hitting apply. That will cause them the next time you reboot that they won't automatically start up. So you're not actually deleting them. So if you make a mistake and something doesn't work because you unchecked it, you can always go right back in there and recheck it. So in some cases, if you see HP monitoring software and then you uncheck it, now your computer boots, but then you can't get scanning from your copy or your multifunction machine. That's what happened. So the monitoring was causing the problem, but then you need to still use your scanner. So it's a matter of, okay, I'm going to uninstall the scanner. So thanks for the call on that. I did probably say remove it, but what I meant is remove the check mark, hit apply, and then hit restart. So that's, again, the beauty of this program and the people that are in our audience here. Very intelligent people are in there. People have been doing this, probably longer than I have. They can also contribute to the program and make us all better because of it. So I'm not sure who you are, but thank you so much for contributing and sharing that with you and calling me on that. So that another person, let me see, read this. Whoops, sorry, I forgot to tell you I have a black screen with the safe message only. Safe message only. So I imagine a menu that's asking you to pick safe mode. I think that's what you mean there. So it's basically saying normal mode, safe mode, safe mode with networking, and so on and so forth. If that's the case, then all you got to do is select safe mode, let it get into safe mode, and then use the same set of suggestions that we made a little bit earlier. So that all still applies. Okay, thanks for all the questions today. That was awesome. I love all the phone calls and the text messages. It makes these shows really fun to do because in that troubleshooting mode, I mean, I don't think I've ever been asked the same thing exactly twice. So we get to bring up a topic and share with our audience. So I appreciate all of that. If any of you need any computer services, 330-259-7278 is the phone number for Youngstown Computer. We're closed right now, so Monday morning, if you want to get something scheduled, get us out to you, or come out to you, that number, you can get something scheduled. Anthony's over on the bench on Monday. We have David, who does field services over there, all schedulable. So if you want to, and I do recommend that after the services, if you want to rent these guys for a half hour, it'll cost you $50 for them to sit down with you and really go through your laundry list of things. Tell them that you want that $50 tacked on there, and they'll make sure that they give a half hour. This is dedicated half hour. This isn't shared with showing you your stuff. This is you question and answer session is what it comes down to. So again, thanks everybody for the great program. 330-259-7278. Write that phone number down. We will see you next week on the Youngstown Computer Show. Have a great one.